This is the Bitcoin Prediction and Stock Market Weekly Report with me, Cameron Fous, veteran trader for the past 20 years who's made millions of dollars trading crypto, forex, and stocks. Now, the purpose of this series is to show you guys exactly what I'm doing to prepare for this week trading. I'm going to be looking at the highest probability scenarios that we can react to and then make informed trading decisions on. In return, you can watch and learn what I'm doing with my portfolio and then make more informed decisions for your own trading portfolio. With that said, let's get into it. Now, listen up, guys and girls. This is extremely time-sensitive information, so you must hit that subscribe button and, more importantly, hit the notification bell so you get alerted immediately as I make a new upload every week. And of course, hit the like button to support this channel. All right, guys, let's get right into the nitty-gritty of what we got going on. We're going to start off with Bitcoin, then move into the dollar, then gold, and then the stock market. The current trade setup that we have going on for Bitcoin right now is that we have a head and shoulders bearish pattern forming up here on Bitcoin, with the left shoulder here, the top right here, then the right shoulder forming up right here. Now, we actually traded this breakout to the upside for a 60K profit, and then we made 40K on this dump right here. Now we've kind of consolidated. I went on a 10-day trip to Japan, and now I'm back. And in fact, I recently just opened up a short position today in the Wolfpack group as we're forming up a bearish flag as we're retesting the neckline support at about 27,000. You can see 27K is obviously a battle here for the bulls and the bears. I do believe we're going to see a breakdown to the downside of this level of support and actually get another spike to the downside, potentially in the near term as low as 23.7, which is going to be retesting kind of the lows of this boundary range right here. If we look more so at the intraday chart in the scenarios that we have kind of set up as of right now, we are in fact breaking down this bearish flag right now. It was looking like it was going to find support here at about 27K, rose up briefly, but rather than spiking up off this support level and retesting again like it did here to the upper range and potentially even the higher range, we're now breaking down to the downside. Now, this could just be a short-term pullback and breakdown below this support level at 27K. We don't know yet. It hasn't been confirmed, but I am prepared to continually add short if we do see this actual bounce off support, and I'll continually add all the way up to retest this level about 28.7. Now, if we start breaking out above 29,000 and actually start getting above this descending trend line that we have right here, where we now have this resistance here, and then it would be a third tap up here at about 28.9. Now, if we start sustaining prices above that level and actually breaking out, that would potentially tell me that we might see another run to 30K, potentially up and retest highs, maybe even higher than that, and I would stop out of my short position. But as of right now, looking at the daily chart, guys, I think we are on a projection to go back down and retest 25.8, which was a low of that fake out breakdown to the downside. And rather than this turning into a bear trap that we saw kind of like similar to here, bear trap and then skyrocket to the upside, this time we did see a bear trap, but rather than skyrocketing to the upside, it's now bear flagging and kind of hanging out right here, which tells me that we could potentially see another leg down to the downside, potentially as low as about 23.6, 23.7, where I'll be locking in profits on this short position. Now, that's the situation on Bitcoin. Ethereum is something similar in the same kind of scenario, but there is a lot of support here on Ethereum at this level right around 1780 or so. As you can see, we got support here, this kind of range support with the lows also back here. Then we had this flag breakout, of which I also longed and made money on this rise here, and then shorted on this breakout over 2K, made money on the downside. Now I have zero position left on Ethereum as of right now in my Bybit account, but I do have a position open at my Hydra funding account, not only on Ethereum, but you can see I'm still short Bitcoin from over 29K to upwards of about 30,500, of which I still looking to see a push all the way down to the support levels down here. I also have one last short level here on Ethereum at about 2,092, just a smaller position, and I did get stopped out on that last spike on some of my trades, but I'm still short on Ethereum as of right now at my Hydra funding account. So we don't have any kind of final decision of what's going to happen here on Ethereum as of right now, but it's similarly forming up a bear flag on the chart right now, of which we could potentially just grind up in this bear flag, retest this resistance before seeing another leg down to support here at about 1680. We also have some support down here at a pivot about 1400. And then if we look farther back, we have this ascending support at about 1350 that it could potentially come all the way down to if we do see a big washout in the markets. Now, a lot of this is going to depend on what's going to happen with gold, the US dollar, as well as the stock market going forward. So let's take a look at what we have going on in the situation with the dollar. Now, you have to understand how the dollar reacts to all things in the market. Typically, when the dollar is going up, stocks are going to be going down and gold is going to be going down. When the dollar is going down, stocks go up as well as gold go up. So they move inverse of each other. So right now, you can see the US dollar was on a big dip to the downside, which also correlated to seeing stocks make a big move to the upside. And now, which also led to a big run on gold. But right now, the US dollar is finding quite a bit of support right at $100 per coin or per share. So, but we're finding support right at that whole number support of $1. Looked like we're potentially going to break down multiple times here, of which we actually longed the dip right here and rode this all the way up for a nice trade. We now retested, but actually we're now breaking out above this level here, and we don't really have any sort of major resistance till about 105. So we could potentially have just reversed the trend here, and we might run up to 105 here on the US dollar, which means if that did occur, gold is going to see a major pullback, and so is the US stock market. And if we see a big pullback in the US stock market, that's likely going to bleed into a big pullback for Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So in this scenario, if we do see the US dollar pump back to resistance levels here at 105, if we look at the gold chart, we actually have a lot of downside potential. Now, long term, this chart on gold is extremely bullish. This is what I call a kryptonite breakout. So as of right now, we're basically in this super large long-term ascending triangle breakout that we tested about 2K here, and then again right here. Now, we could just find support here. We rip to the upside. But if the US dollar rips to 105, I think we're going to be coming back down to a level somewhere around here. Potentially, right, we have this now support line that could potentially be drawn right here, and we might retest it here at about 1950, or we could come all the way down to horizontal support that we can draw pretty significantly across the board here, right? This tested in this zone of about 1800 quite often. So 1800 could be seen as a major support, and I believe that would be an awesome dip buy. Worst case scenario, this comes all the way down to retest the level right here at about 1730, 1700, of which this would be a screaming buy for gold, in my opinion, before we see that move to the upside back to 2K and then possibly up to 3,000 for gold. Brief interruption here, guys. Did you know that 75% of traders have accounts under $25,000? This creates a huge problem because even if you double that account in a year, which is almost impossible, you're still only making $25,000. Introducing Hydra funding, where you can potentially get access up to $500,000 in capital. All you have to do, guys, is sign up for a challenge account, which is going to give you potentially access up to $500,000. And if you earn a 10% profit in this demo account without going into a 5% loss overall or a 4% loss in a day, you will then pass their evaluation phase and, yes, get access to an account with the selected size account. And now, instead of trying to double a $10,000 account, you could potentially earn only 10% on a $100,000 account to earn the same level of profits. And the benefits of this are huge. Rather than risking your entire $10,000 on one account, you can use just $1,000 to potentially get access to $100,000 in capital. You can trade crypto, forex, stocks, CFTs, gold, oil, everything under the sun, all on MT4 and MT5. If you're interested, if you have an account under $25,000, like 75% of traders out there, you're not going to make any money with that account because it's too small. Get access to pro level funding and pro level capital with Hydra funding. Link's going to be below. Those are the dip buying opportunities right here at this level. If you want a dollar cost average, I think 1939 would be a level. Whole number of 1900 would be a level. Then 1800, obviously, and then potentially all the way down to 1730, 1700 at the lower ascending trendline breakout support. That's the situation on gold. If we look at the S&P 500 here, guys, this is an interesting chart of which I am short as of right now. And you can see the psychology of the markets, guys. It's quite similar of what's going on here. S&P 500, big push to the upside, and we can even draw this back even way farther. Massive freaking bull run since the 2008 market. We haven't seen a massive sustained bear market other than the COVID dip that we saw, but it kind of came right up. But you can see there's hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, then complacency. It's looking quite similar to complacency as of right now on the S&P 500 after a major move to the upside, which would tell me there's a potentially lot of freaking downside. At least retest these lows and maybe even come back down here to about 3,300 on the S&P 500 if this psychology market cycle actually does play out the way that it's looking like right now on the S&P 500, of which I am currently short. I'm up about $27,000 on these positions that are short right now. The S&P 500, I've been building this position for quite some time, and I do believe we're going to see another pullback to the downside, potentially down to 3,500, 3,300 levels and retest these lows, but I'll be locking in gains the entire way down through the 3,000s because I have no idea if it's going to go this low. I am short S&P 500 as of right now. Also, check out this chart here on the US 30, guys. We are seeing a major channel that could be breaking down to the downside as we speak, of which, look at this. We have resistance here, 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 and then we start forming up the lower resistance here. If this does break down, we could see this go as low as 27,000 and retesting this zone back down here, which is the next major support level. Now, that would be a massive collapse for the markets, which would then probably crush Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the altcoins would be coming down to fucking zero if this scenario did happen, of which I will make a shitload of money because I'm short Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as all of the major indexes. I'm also short UK 100. I'm short the NASDAQ. I'm short US 30. I do believe we're going to see some more downside potential, at least to 31.7 would be the easy #1 target. And then the next level would be 28.7. And then the next level from there, if all shit goes fucking loose here, guys, we're coming all the way back down to about 27K on US 30. So this is how I'm currently preparing for what's going to happen in the market. You also have to understand that the NASDAQ is being led by tech stocks right now. NASDAQ is coming up for a potential retest of this major resistance level here at about 13.5. And if we look at who's leading the way here, of which they're all extremely overbought, of which I'm short Apple right now up here. It's extremely overbought on fear and greed. We're getting ready for a sell signal on degenerate shift. I'm also short on NVIDIA, which is leading the charge for the tech stocks. We're getting a double sell signal on fear and greed. We also just got a sell signal on degenerate shift. Also, Google just spiked to the upside as well. Extremely overbought. We're going to see an eventual decline in these tech stocks. And if and when that does happen, I could be wrong. Maybe things just fucking explode and I get stopped out of my shorts. It's a very real possibility that I have to prepare for it. And that's why you always have to manage risk and have stops in place. But the NASDAQ is extremely overbought right now, guys. And as soon as this thing does see some sort of reversal, which I do believe that's going to be the case, that's when we're going to see a big meltdown on the US stock market, as well as crypto, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to start seeing another leg down to the downside. How long this lasts, I don't know. The purpose of these videos to give you a outlook of what's going to be happening for the next week or 2 weeks so we can act upon the next week or two for swing trades and get in and get out, lock in our profits, and then reevaluate after the next few weeks. And then we find new trades from there. I'm not a long-term bull, not a long-term bear. I'm a short-term trader. And that's exactly what this series is designed to do, is help you get prepared for the week or two ahead and act upon that so you can react and make more informed trading decisions. So anyways, guys, if you like this video and like this series, definitely leave a comment below and let me know what your feedback is. And of course, subscribe, hit the notification button bell, and surely hit that like button. And also, I was wondering if you guys would like to see me do a similar series like this, but specifically for altcoins. Everyone wants to know what the favorite altcoin is, what Pepe is doing, what XRP is doing. This is kind of macro, top-down level stuff, which then helps you make better decisions for altcoins. I could also make a series based strictly on altcoins, alternatively to this series. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in the comments. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. Catch you in the next one.